Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, I got finally 2 years later got page 2 done in my 24-page series, and I called it "Live the Life You've Imagined." It's been a long time since I was able to do any art journaling, crafting of any kind, so I'm excited. I got some new stuff. I got the cool glass mat. I got the Distress Oxide inks, all kinds of colors. So excited to have all that. So cool. But I don't have a whole lot of time. I don't have anywhere near the kind of time I had when I used to do the videos before, a couple years ago. So I needed a really quick background, so I used my pattern papers. So I was showing you that booklet that I got, that paper fund. Really, really cool. I go to that a lot. But what I needed in the background too, as kind of like a border, was not like black. I needed like charcoal. It went better with the paper, because on the back of the paper it tells you exactly what coordinates with it. If you have a hard time with coordinating colors, your pattern paper one side will have something that complements the other. So I think I've told you guys that in videos before, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, I know it kind of looks good, but not 100%. But yeah, I love that border, and I wanted it to all be kind of muted, if that makes sense. I didn't want anything really, really harsh on this one. But yeah, so I got some new ink blenders, the blending tools, and some sponges, and my new oxide inks. I love them. I love that vintage photo. Just like the other one, you get so many different variations of the same color with the amount of, depending on how much ink you put down, but it's really, really cool. But after I had done that, I thought, gosh, I kind of want to mute the words and the lines in the background a little bit. So I put some gesso down, and I watered it down because my gesso was so thick, because I didn't want to completely cover it. So it did a little bit. It muted it a little bit, but it really didn't do that much. But now I'm just distressing the edges. I wanted them a little roughed up, not torn and tearing up and stuff like that. Just roughed up a little bit. And I love my glass mat, but I'll have to find a way to get through that glare that keeps coming through from the light. That's really the only big light for the whole room that I have now. And yeah, we're gonna get the glare, so we'll try and work through it. But I like how that turned out. So once I distressed it, I needed to hit it once more time with vintage photos, because I didn't want the white core to show through everywhere. So I'm just inking that one more time. And I have all my inks out right there on the, I don't know why they're all on my glass mat. I have no idea, but they're all sitting right there. I knew I was going to use peacock feathers and spice marmalade, but I thought I might want to add a blue too. But I opted out. So I do love the glass mat. I do absolutely love it. It's so versatile and easy to use, and it has, I'm loving it, and it's a nice big space. So I got some the Crafters Workshop, I think, the matte gel medium that they have. It's clear, it dries clear. It's good. It's kind of just like any other. I had a haul from scrapbook.com. They have Tim Holtz stuff on sale, like 20% off. So I got all those distress inks, and I got the stamping pad. I'm so excited to get some new stuff, because it's been a while. Sometimes you just got to buy some of the new stuff to get you motivated to do it again. It's the time that I haven't had. The main reason. I'm always motivated to craft, but I didn't have the space or the time either. So now I got the space, and hopefully I'll have a lot more videos, and we'll get through this 24-page series. So the last one was 25 pages or 28 pages, I don't remember. But I wanted to go ahead and seal that with the matte gel medium, because I wasn't sure. I really didn't have a set plan. I knew I wanted it to be kind of grungy, but I wanted to have the option to put all kinds of different mediums on and not worried about making mud. So that's why I put that gel medium on underneath. So there's the Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide. Love that color. It's one of my favorites. That with the orange marmalade, I love that combination. I thought maybe I'd put some yellow in there to start with, but no, I was like, I got kind of a busy background. It's not too bad. I got it to be good and subtle, but putting too many colors on will just make it too busy. And I went for simple. This one really has no there's nothing bulky on it. So I have that big ring there, so I can put bulky things on it, but not on this one. And that's the Stimholtz Stampers Anonymous set. I don't know what they call that set. I can never remember. Life's Possibilities, I think that's what it's called. But I love that it comes with that acetate where you can kind of hold it over your project and see how your stamp will look. These are one of my favorite sets. Or this is one of my favorite sets, and the way that he did those. It's pretty awesome. So I just wanted to kind of put like a imperfectly stamped border around the edges. It's kind of hard to stamp those perfectly, but I didn't want it perfect. The stamp itself isn't even perfect, and that's for a reason. I wanted it kind of grungy and kind of random. But I needed more interest in the background that brought to the front because everything was all behind the colors. And then I really struggled with my focal point. First I was like, maybe it'll be the bike, and maybe I could put the bike on that strip of numbers. I don't want it to look like it was floating, and I thought, well, I'll just put it at the bottom then, because I really like that bicycle. It kind of goes with what I was looking for. I cut out that hot air balloon that you see on the side. I thought I was going to use that. I was like, oh, maybe that'll be my focal point. And nope, it just doesn't go. I couldn't make it work. And I thought, well, maybe the bike will be my focal point. And no, it looks great, but the focal point actually wound up being the sentiment. Live the life you've imagined. It's kind of right there in the middle, and everything else is kind of complementing it. And sometimes that works. Sometimes a big sentiment like that can be your focal point. And it's a big message, so I went with it. And I still had that stupid hot air balloon. It just doesn't go with what I'm trying to make it go with. And that happens often. I pull things out and I'm like, oh, I think I like that. I think I like that. And I always change my mind. And I've used this sentiment before. I think I used it in the last art journal as well. It works. And again, that stamp is made with a lot of imperfections, and I kept it just the way it is. I thought it was perfect and went for exactly what I was looking for. And then I'm thinking, what am I going to do? No, stop trying with the hot air balloon. So unfortunately I didn't record the very last stamping bit. So I did wind up putting the clock in the corner, and I actually had to bring the paper to the stamp. And then I tore the Tim Holtz tissue tape into really much finer strips, and was kind of fighting with little pieces of it. But I thought the strips on there would be a nice element to add. I really like how that turned out. It gave it a little bit more interest, and it was just lacking a little bit. And I wanted the tissue tape to go off of the border, or I wanted to extend beyond the pattern paper. I wanted it to go onto the border as well, just extend it out a little bit. And it worked out. The randomness of it. It wasn't going far enough out, so I was fussing with it, but. And look, I finally got the Signo gel pen, the white gel pen, and it works so nice. I was always complaining that I had my white Jelly Roll pen. It was still pretty good, but it wasn't as smooth as I needed it. And the Signo pen is amazing. Absolutely love it. I had to slow myself down. I was getting a little crazy with it. It was the first time I used it too. That's also a new thing for my stash. Just add in some highlights on the letters and some of the elements there. Vicky, on Vicky's channel, oh gosh, I can't say her last name, but she's always so inspirational with her art journals. She does an amazing job. And she has that pen, and she always adds highlights on her art journals too, and I love how she does that. And so when I heard that was the pen that she got, I was like, oh, I could get that right. And I got mine at scrapbook.com all that new stuff, all of the Distress Oxide, the glass mat that you see, all of that I got from scrapbook.com for really good prices, I thought. I mean, they were like $3 and change for each one of the Distress Oxide inks, and then they have a deal if you spend $25 you get one for free, just one random one. So I wound up getting 2 Rusty Hinge Distress Oxides, and I only paid for one of them. And then everything was 20% on it, or 20% off. Then it had some of the clearance ones, I think, too. So good deals. I don't know how long it's going, but I'm glad I got mine when I did. And I have some Faber-Castell Pitt pens. These aren't the fat ones. These are the skinnier ones. Finding the big fat ones is difficult, I'm finding. And I thought I'd start with the brown. I'm not sure what the name of that color is, but I started with the brown, and I was like, whoops, I think I need to seal this, because if I don't seal it, it's not going to smudge like I need it to. So I sealed it one more time, because there were some things that I added on there, like that tissue would have just soaked that up if I didn't do that. I wouldn't have been able to spread it if I didn't add the gel medium on top and kind of seal it. But I started with the brown one, and that's actually, I'm trying to see the color, but I don't see it. And I didn't like it. It definitely needed to be darker. And the gray would have been a little bit too light. I took it out just in case, but once I put the black on there, I was like, that's the ticket. That's exactly what I need. And you only have a few seconds, and you have to make sure that your gel medium is completely dry before you start putting your markers on there and trying to spread it. If it's not, you're going to get stuck, and you're going to get glue on your markers and ruin them, basically. So now I'm just adding some shading around the tape, just to make it stand out a little bit more. And it's just really rough. It's like you only have a few seconds to move that ink around, and it's permanent. So if I tried to do it again before I put that gel medium down, it would have just been a black line that did not look like it belonged. It wouldn't have been shading. It would be like a screaming oops on the page. So I like it. It's looking pretty good. It looks dull in that lighting because I was trying to control as much glare as possible. So I couldn't bring the light down on it, but hopefully you can see how pretty it is with the still pictures. So the vibrancy of that, the oxide ink is awesome. And now I'm just using some black soot to go around the edges because I want to frame it in and bring your eye to the center. And that white paper, I can't really do too much about it, so I just try to, get the frame in there as best I can. I kind of like it. It's still missing something. It needed some white splashes to kind of bring it all together. So there's my, again, super thick gesso. So I just get a really thin brush and fill it with water, mix the gesso, and then I get some white splashes on the page. And then I call it done with that. Once that dries, it is done. So thank you so much. Sorry it's been so long since I did a video. It's just life happening. So there you can see how vibrant those colors are with the right lighting. It is really cool. Really cool. So I hope you guys like it. And if you do, don't forget to like, comment, and share. I love seeing all your comments. So that was page 2. So more to come here very soon. Again, thank you so much for watching.